Alright, let's get this thing unboxed. The CyberPower PC Gamer Master arrived in a pretty standard but very sturdy brown box. You know the drill. Inside there's foam, lots of it. CyberPower PC did a great job packing this machine. The PC itself was snug and secure, with one of those expanding foam packs inside the case to keep the graphics card from bouncing around during shipping. That's a pro move, and I always appreciate seeing it. Pulling it out of the box, the first thing I noticed was the weight. It has a solid heft to it, which usually means good things about the components and chassis quality. It doesn't feel cheap or flimsy, which is a great start for any pre-built system. First impressions are a big deal, and this PC makes a strong one. The design is exactly what you'd expect from a gaming rig in 2025. It's got sharp angles, lots of ventilation, and a massive tempered glass side panel. This isn't a machine that wants to hide under your desk. It's designed to be a centerpiece, a statement that you take your gaming seriously. The all-black finish keeps it looking sleek, but you just know that once you power it on, it's going to come alive with a light show. It's an aesthetic that screams gamer without being overly obnoxious, striking a nice balance that should appeal to a lot of people. Powering it on for the first time is where the magic happens. The RGB fans spin to life, illuminating the entire interior of the case. You can see the AMD Ryzen CPU cooler, the RAM sticks, and the beefy RTX 4060 Ti all bathed in synchronized color. It's a sight to behold, especially for someone who loves a bit of flair in their setup. The included remote or software lets you customize the lighting so you can go for a full rainbow puke effect or a more subtle single-color theme. This is the kind of stuff that makes a pre-built feel special and personalized right out of the box without you needing to buy and install your own RGB strips. Included in the box, you also get the standard accessories, a power cord, some documentation, and a basic gaming keyboard and mouse combo. Let's be real, these peripherals are not the reason you're buying this PC. They're functional and will get you started, but they feel pretty plasticky and basic. Think of them as a temporary solution until you get your hands on a proper mechanical keyboard and a high DPI gaming mouse. Still, it's nice that they include something so you can jump right into your first game without needing to buy anything extra. It's a small touch, but it completes the ready-to-go package. Let's talk about connectivity because a PC is useless if you can't plug your stuff into it. On the top panel, you get easy access to a couple of USB 3.0 ports, a USB-C port, and your headphone and microphone jacks. This is super convenient for plugging in a headset or a flash drive without fumbling around the back. Around the back, you've got the main I/O from the motherboard. This includes more USB ports, a mix of 2.0 and 3.2, an Ethernet port for a stable wired connection, and your audio jacks. For video, the RTX 4060 Ti offers multiple DisplayPort outputs and an HDMI port, so hooking up multiple monitors is no problem. For wireless, this machine comes equipped with Wi-Fi 6. This is huge. It means you can get fast, reliable internet without running an ugly Ethernet cable across your room. For most gaming and streaming, Wi-Fi 6 is more than capable, offering low latency and high speeds, provided you have a compatible router. It also has Bluetooth built-in, which is perfect for connecting wireless controllers, headsets, or other peripherals, without needing a separate dongle. CyberPower PC didn't cheap out here, and providing solid wireless options makes this PC much more versatile for different home setups. It's a modern touch for a modern machine. The overall build quality is surprisingly good for a pre-built in this price range. The steel chassis feels rigid and well constructed. The tempered glass side panel is thick and held on by 4 thumb screws, making it easy to remove for access to the internals. One of my favorite things is the cable management. CyberPower PC did a fantastic job routing the cables. Looking through the glass panel, you see a very clean build. All the main power cables are neatly tied down and hidden behind the motherboard tray. This isn't just for looks. Good cable management improves airflow, which helps keep your components cool. Of course, we have to talk more about the RGB lighting. It's controlled by pre-installed software, allowing you to sync up all the lights from the case fans, the CPU cooler, and even the RAM. You can choose from dozens of presets like breathing, strobing, or that classic rainbow wave. Or you can set a static color to match the rest of your setup. The lights are bright and the colors are vibrant. It's a system that gives you a premium, customized feel without the headache of setting it all up yourself. For gamers who love to show off their rig, this is a major selling point and a huge part of the PC's identity. Now for the main event, how does this thing actually perform? The heart of this beast is the AMD Ryzen 7 8000F CPU. This is a fantastic processor, not just for gaming but for productivity too. Paired with the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4060 Ti, you have a seriously capable 1080p and 1440p gaming machine. In a game like Cyberpunk 2077 at 1440p with high settings, you can expect to see frame rates consistently hovering around 70 to 80 FPS, especially with DLSS set to quality. This technology is a game changer, using AI to boost performance without sacrificing much visual quality. The experience is incredibly smooth and immersive. For competitive gamers, this setup is a dream. Firing up Valorant or Apex Legends at 1080p, you're going to be pushing insane frame rates, easily hitting the 240 FPS mark and beyond on competitive settings. This is perfect for high refresh rate monitors, giving you that buttery smooth gameplay where every millisecond counts. The Ryzen 7 8000F doesn't break a sweat, and the RTX 4060 Ti handles these titles with ease. You're not just getting a playable experience, you're getting a competitive edge with snappy response times and crystal clear motion that helps you track targets more effectively. But this PC isn't just for play, it's also a workhorse. The Ryzen 7 8000F has multiple cores and threads, which makes it great for multitasking and content creation. If you're editing videos in Adobe Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve, you'll find that rendering times are surprisingly fast for a machine at this price point. The RTX 4060 Ti also helps accelerate these tasks. I was able to scrub through a 4K timeline with minimal stutter, and exporting a 10-minute 1080p video was a quick and painless process. It can handle streaming your gameplay at the same time too, without a significant hit to your in-game performance. The 16 GB of DDR5 RAM is the sweet spot for gaming and general use right now. With 16 gigs, you can have your game running, a bunch of Chrome tabs open, Discord on in the background, and maybe even a YouTube video playing on a second monitor without the system feeling sluggish. The RAM is also fast DDR5, which works great with the Ryzen processor, feeding it data quickly to keep everything running smoothly. Whether you're switching between applications or loading into a massive open-world game, you won't feel like the memory is holding you back. It's a well-balanced configuration that handles modern demands beautifully. A powerful PC generates a lot of heat, so cooling is critical. The Gamer Master comes with several case fans, 3 at the front for intake and 1 at the rear for exhaust, plus a tower-style air cooler on the CPU. This setup does a surprisingly good job of keeping temperatures in check. While running intense benchmarks or gaming for several hours, I saw the CPU temperatures stay well within safe limits, generally hovering around 70 to 75 degrees Celsius. The RTX 4060 Ti's own cooling solution also performed admirably, keeping the GPU cool under load. You won't have to worry about thermal throttling cutting into your performance. So, it stays cool, but is it loud? Well, yes and no. When you're just browsing the web or doing light work, the fans spin at a low RPM and the PC is very quiet. You can barely hear it. However, once you fire up a demanding game and the CPU and GPU start working hard, the fans ramp up to move more air. At that point you can definitely hear them. It's not a jet engine by any means, but it's a noticeable whoosh of air. If you're wearing a gaming headset, you won't hear it at all. But if you play with speakers, the fan noise might be something you notice during quiet moments in your game. For everyday use, this machine is an absolute pleasure. The storage solution is a key part of this. It comes with a 1TB NVMe SSD. This isn't just any SSD, it's a super fast drive that makes everything feel instantaneous. Windows boots up in a matter of seconds. Programs and games load incredibly quickly. I loaded into the sprawling world of Baldur's Gate 3 in a fraction of the time it takes on older systems with hard drives or even SATA SSDs. This speed makes the entire user experience feel snappy and responsive, eliminating those annoying little waits that can add up throughout the day. The 1TB capacity is also a decent starting point for your game library. The setup process was as simple as it gets. It comes with Windows 11 pre-installed, and there's almost no bloatware. Besides the necessary drivers and a couple of utility apps for controlling the RGB and monitoring your system, the OS is clean. You just plug it in, turn it on, go through the standard Windows setup, and you're ready to start installing your favorite games from Steam or the Epic Games Store. This is a huge plus for beginners or anyone who just wants to get to the fun part without spending hours uninstalling junk software. CyberPowerPC nailed the out-of-the-box experience. One of the best things about getting a desktop PC is the ability to upgrade it down the line, and the Gamer Master is built with this in mind. Opening up the case is a breeze, thanks to the thumb screws on the side panel. Inside, the layout is clean and uses standard parts, which is fantastic for future upgrades. The motherboard has 4 RAM slots, with 2 currently occupied by 8GB sticks. This means you can easily double your memory to 32GB by simply buying 2 more matching sticks and popping them in. It's one of the easiest and most effective upgrades you can make. The storage is also simple to expand. While the 1TB NVMe SSD is a great start, modern games are huge, and you might fill it up faster than you think. The motherboard has additional M.2 slots and SATA ports, so adding another NVMe SSD for blazing fast game storage or a larger, cheaper hard drive for media files is straightforward. The power supply has enough wattage and extra cables to support these additions. Even the graphics card, the most significant upgrade you'll ever make, is easy to swap out. Just unplug the power, undo a couple of screws, and you can slot in a future RTX 50 series or 60 series card when the time comes. So let's break it down. The pros are clear. You get fantastic 1080p and 1440p gaming performance from the Ryzen 7, an RTX 4060 Ti combo, a super fast NVMe SSD, a clean build with great cable management, and beautiful, customizable RGB lighting. It's easy to set up and even easier to upgrade. On the cons side, the included keyboard and mouse are very basic and should be replaced. Under heavy load, the fan noise is definitely noticeable if you're not wearing a headset. And while the port selection is good, a few more high-speed USB-C ports on the back would have been a nice touch for future-proofing. Here's the final verdict. The CyberPowerPC Gamer Master is an excellent value proposition. For someone who wants to jump into high-performance PC gaming without the headache of building a computer themselves, this is a fantastic choice. It's perfect for the serious gamer who plays a mix of AAA titles and competitive shooters and wants a machine that looks as good as it performs. The balance of components is smart, prioritizing the CPU, GPU, and SSD to deliver a smooth and responsive experience where it matters most. I would absolutely recommend this PC. It's a powerful, stylish, and well-built machine that offers a ton of performance for your money.